Hi everyone, meteorologist Chad Evans here with a look at your daily weather forecast video, sponsored always by Trent Johnson, State Farm. Trent is my agent.com. A little more dressed down. I've actually got layers on today. 3 layers on? I feel like I've reached a point where I've been cold so long that I just can't seem to warm up. So even my hands are ice cold as the cold lingers on. And we've got more cold to speak of. I mean, we're getting into that kind of second main round of cold ahead as a big storm may develop on the East Coast. So more of this. These lows this morning, look at that, 7 below zero at the Purdue Airport. We dropped to 12 below zero, not only at Cayuga, but here at the Crawfordsville Airport. 8 below zero, Logansport, Flora, and Delphi. 9 below zero at Round Grove, and 9 below up here at Madairyville. But with a little bit of wind, look at the wind chills, down to 24 below at Galveston, 22 below Logansport, 25 below zero is what it felt like at Fowler this morning, 25 below at Crawfordsville, and down at Lebanon, 22 below zero. Now the good thing is, I'll go back to this graphic. This is nice. First 14-hour night since August. Now it's not saying much, but what that is telling me, our nights are getting much shorter. I think I made a mistake and put it was a 14-hour day. That's what happens when you don't get much sleep and you're up early and you're forecasting kind of 24/7. My brain gets tired. But this helps us. You know, if you are tired of dreary weather and just day after day of cold, we're getting ever closer to spring, and the days are indeed getting longer. We got a 10-hour day now and a 14-hour night. And when you have really cold Arctic air like this, you tend to get a little more sun. Arctic air is quite dry, so you have more in the way of sunny days compared to milder winter weather, which is often brings more gloom than sunny days. As a 4:45 at Alamo, we can still see snow drifting over 234 and the drifts there along the roadway. This is Brook, this is Highway 16, where you've had a lot of drifting up there in Newton County. Speaking of Newton County, the Kentland Airport is 16. It is 12 at Logansport. Down here at Tipton, it's 13. The Kokomo Airport sits at 12. We're 15 at Attica. And we're around 13 up here towards Winnemac and 14 at Rensselaer. Wind chills are getting a little better. It has been a little breezy to windy this afternoon and pretty biting. And we still have wind chills anywhere from 8 below zero to about 2 above. So there is still, we've had quite a bit of blowing and drifting snow in parts of rural areas today, not as much as yesterday. But it's starting to decrease a little more and a little more. We got a travel advisory that's still up for a good chunk of the area, just to be careful out there when traveling. Now, it's still travel watch, Benton, Warren, Fountain Park, Pulaski, and Miami. And the watch states that the conditions are still threatening to public safety, according to the Department of Homeland Security site. And only essential travel, such as from work, emergency situations, that is what is generally concurred here in these orange counties. But it'll get better because the thing is, the winds are really going to relax tomorrow. Tomorrow, just a light breeze from the northwest. We're not going to have the blowing and drifting issues tomorrow, but they will return. We've got more bursts of wind in the forecast, more intense cold. We've got some little Alberta clipper systems diving in, and then we watch this little southern storm and a clipper, and the energy transfer or phasing, whatever happens there, may form a big nor'easter along the east coast. And then still after February 5th, it does get much warmer, but in the transition between this bitter cold and the warmth, freezing rain, sleet, and snow, and then rain, even some thunderstorms towards perhaps Valentine's Day before we tank again in late February. So this is now to Friday evening. So Wednesday evening to Friday evening. Again, cold night tonight. There'll be some clouds, a few high thin cirrus clouds, and there'll be some cloudiness up towards Rochester from Lake Michigan. So a couple snow showers up there. And then tomorrow itself, a mix of high and mid-level clouds streaming in, but also some lake effect clouds And also there's a little disturbance coming through the Great Lakes too, a little weak kind of clipper system through the Great Lakes. That could bring some low clouds to our eastern and northeastern counties. So we'll just kind of call tomorrow a mix of clouds and sunshine. More low clouds in the northeast, and then you get some high and mid-level clouds in the west and southwest. Then you notice towards Friday, right there, that clipper, this could bring some accumulating snow, albeit minor, just south of our area. But that doesn't mean we're not going to get anything out of it. What I think will happen is after perhaps a couple lake effect snow showers in far northeast tomorrow morning, we'll see some more scattered snow showers come in with not only lake effect, but just general troughiness here that come in on Friday. So some scattered snow showers, again, better snowfall accumulation here, but we may get some dustings to a fluffy 1 inch out of the deal. And then we watch the evolution of the big potential East Coast storm. Now this is some good news for us, at least for later tonight, tomorrow. Notice the lack of wind tomorrow. There'll be a breeze, but it's like 7 miles an hour. Yes, you'll feel it, but it's not like it's gusting to 35 like we've had lately. The next time the winds do pick up are on Friday. You can see some gusts exceeding 25, 30, 35 miles an hour on Friday, right there. So we're okay tomorrow. It's Friday when the blowing and drifting will return, and we're going to have that periodically into the weekend, along with, again, some scattered snow showers Friday, perhaps some off and on a few times Saturday into Sunday. Now, by Sunday and Monday itself, we do watch a little clipper coming in from the northwest. That one has a better shot of perhaps a little more widespread snow shower action. So anything before that, it's maybe a few local dustings, maybe a small fluffy inch. This one could bring a little more widespread half-inch amounts, 1 inch amounts to our area. But you will notice the big East Coast storm that forms right here, the energy transfer, and then there's the big storm. How far inland the heavy snow gets is unclear. The exact track is unclear, but there is growing consensus again that this is going to be the big storm that kind of forms here and goes this way. Initially, there were some indications maybe it would go here and do this, or it might come here and then go up here and bring us heavy snow. But this storm will kind of steal some of our bigger snow away from us, from any clipper, and focus all its energy into dumping snow on the East Coast. Now, what this system will do for us is tighten the pressure gradient and bring more bitter cold air in. So wind and brutally cold air come in, and this cold's going to go way south. I'm talking 25 in Orlando for a low temperature. I'm talking 36 in Miami. The freezing line deep into the Everglades and the 40s into the Florida Keys sort of thing. So anytime you get a big East Coast storm in Arctic air, oh, that cold air goes deep into Florida. And so this second round's bigger, it's long lasting, it's penetrating deeper into the southern U.S. and all the way into the Bahamas. You see temperatures way below normal before they start to moderate and warm. But in that transition, as we go from the blues and purples to more oranges and reds with time here, especially towards mid-February, we may see a situation like this towards the 5th, where we've got snow, some sleet, and some freezing rain. Before we get rain, not snow or ice, closer to mid-February, and severe weather in parts of the Mississippi Valley, an isolated severe risk maybe up to southern Illinois, southern Indiana. But then it still looks like another burst of intense cold is coming. This roars in late February, lasts into early March. We may very well have a winter storm or two associated with it, with snow and ice, temperatures way below normal, and precip running above normal. The active storm track with all that cold air means our odds of getting snow and ice will be pretty high during that time period. And then I think it's going to take getting to mid-March. Then a burst of spring comes in. So tonight we're down to 7 below zero. Mostly clear to partly cloudy skies, and more clouds in the far northeast. That's why Rochester's low is about -2, -1, but you head south where there's less cloudiness and there's deeper snowpack. So it's 10 below Lebanon and Crawfordsville, 9 below 0 at Frankfort. We're down to 6 below zero, that is, at Fowler. A couple flakes way up here, part of tomorrow morning. Otherwise, a mix of high and mid-level clouds here and some low clouds coming in over here. Wind chills minus 18 to minus 13 in the morning, and then 4 below to 5 above during the afternoon with highs at 9 to 15. And there's the wind backing off a little bit, northwest at 7 miles an hour for a change. There's your extended forecast. Again, one thing to watch for Friday morning, we are going to see some freezing fog, mainly in the southern part of the area. It's going to be a clear, calm night, and with that, the temperature tanks with the snowpack. Then we cloud up, turn breezy, a few scattered snow showers coming in with time Friday afternoon into Friday evening, a couple perhaps Saturday, a few more late Sunday and into Monday as well. Still staying pretty cold, and cold into early next week. There's Tuesday. There's your warm-up. Wednesday, a high of 28. We're in the 30s Thursday with a mix of snow, sleet, freezing, rain. 30s on Friday, and yes, indeed, a week from Saturday, how about some highs in the low 40s?